The other magical girl, contracted by magical sapphire. After the battle with the corrupted heroic spirit, the bond between Ilya and Miyu has surpassed all barriers, and it's like their heart and soul are one.
Yay!
I guess I should do the intro then. It's weird when I do the blurb and then I also do the It's just weird for me. Hello and welcome to Soulmates, where we talk about all our favorite little guys and all our favorite little games. I'm Ivy Fox. You can find me at Ivy Fox Art on co-host, and you can find the horror fiction podcast I'm making, The Mad Bird, on your podcast app of choice. A new episode of that came out recently. A new episode of that should be coming out yesterday, relative to when this episode comes out. Ash might have a bit performance if Ash actually gets back to me with that.
Yeah. I meant to do it before this episode, and then I fell asleep until 7 p.m.
Now you're sitting in front of a microphone. Anyway, joining me as always is Ash.
Hi, I'm Ash. Asherlark.com. Nope, that's not it. Ko-fi.com.
Damn, you have a website now?
No. Ko-fi.com/Asherlark. The bit I was going to do for this was that I was just going to say the webpage, and then I fucked it up, and so now...
Ash do not go to Asherlark.com. We don't know what's there.
Do not go to Asherlark.com.
Our theme is by S1E4 Electronicos, who you can find on Bandcamp. Our cover art is by Rygarden, who you can find on Instagram. And I guess now I should say, you can support the show and support our hosting costs and bonus episodes and stuff at Ivy Fox Art on Ko-fi. That's what it is. I haven't had this very long. Anyway. This is a great intro. We're doing great. This season we're talking about the characters from Mahjong Soul Sorry, I started thinking about the concept of a season. Don't think about it.
Don't think about it, don't think about it, don't think about it, don't think about it.
Soul by YoStar and Cat Food Studios. A blend of cute appealing anime girls with classical Japanese Mahjong. In their words, not mine. Time. Oh my god. That's
a new PW. Personal worst. I shouldn't have done that while I heard you taking a sip of your drink. Don't die. See, this is what I was worried about. Really great audio already coming through this episode on every level. Jesus Christ!
Stop laughing! Stop laughing! Shut up! Okay.
Why would you take another sip there?
Because I need to... Anyway, Ash, how are you doing today?
I'm doing so good. I'm doing great. I'll tell you what I told you right before the show started, which is that I woke up at 7 p.m., which is when my time when we were meant to record, and I was like, man, I can't believe I slept all the way until 7 p.m., and now I have to record a podcast. And then I thought about what episode we were doing, and I got really excited. So...
Well, you're not gonna ask. You're clearly not gonna ask how I'm doing.
No.
Because fuck me. So let's go right into it. What episode are we doing?
I feel like I know how you're doing.
Yeah.
Based on the past 3 minutes of air.
Considering how I've been breathing over the past 3 minutes, it's been more like a minute and a half of air.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Thank you. Okay, what are we doing? Let's do the show.
Mm-hmm.
Before I die.
Well, that ship may have sailed.
Okay, fine. Today we're doing Miyu.
Oh, right. Listen, you're the one who wanted me to carry this energy into the show.
She prefers paints. I'm looking at her page.
Paints.
What's up with Miyu? Miyu is a crossover character. It's our first crossover character. She's a crossover with Fate, Kaleid Liner, Ilya,
PRISMA Illyia.
PRISMA Illyia. Maybe
the Nameless Girl.
Maybe with the movie. Maybe. If you listen to our bonus episode, you may know that she's in that movie.
She is.
And she wears one of these outfits in that movie.
But not the other two. Specifically.
Can we talk about the movie briefly?
Yeah.
We watched that like a week and a half ago, which is absurd to say. It feels both so much closer and so much further away. You know what I mean?
It happened as though in a dream.
Yeah, it truly like a fugue state experience.
I think we said this at the end of that episode, but I don't think anyone should be obligated to listen to that. They can.
Yeah, you don't have to listen to the bonus episode to get context.
But we are going to reference
episode.
it the whole time.
We are probably going to reference it, though. Also, it's a good movie. Wait, that's not what I meant. Is
it a good podcast
episode? It's an interesting
episode?
Movie to... I have no idea if it's a good podcast episode.
Neither of us listened to it.
Neither of us listened. Well, I did, like, while I was editing it, I did jump around the middle a bit just to see if everything was okay. I didn't listen to it through. And I did get, like, weirdly captivated just by, like, listening to us commentate on a movie that was, like, playing in my mind's eye.
I really should not watch it. Yep. We've blended the forms of audio and visual media
once again
so incoherently that I can no longer describe what's going on in the podcast. Anyway, what we said at the end of that episode, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm hallucinating, is that I bet that would have been a good movie if we knew what was going on in it on any level. And it was a pretty good movie at several points, even though we didn't. It's just... Yes?
What was your favorite moment? Because I have a moment that's stuck with me so hard. What was your favorite / most memorable moment?
My favorite moment, and it's good that one popped into my head immediately,
I wonder if it's going to be the same one.
Maybe. What was Julian? Was that the antagonist's name?
Yes.
Julian.
This might be the same moment.
This might be the same one. It's when Julian and Ilya were talking, and then the, it's not, what do you call it when the, field of view, they put the black bars down?
Letterboxing? Or
no, that's when it's...
The other one?
It's the other one.
Something
when that happened, and they were facing each other on, like, a bridge, and there was a beautiful sunset in the background, and also that whole conversation was, like, kind of great written.
Okay. See, you picked an actual good moment.
Okay.
The moment that is stuck in my head is in the flashback where Julian's making the shitty forks. And then he makes a good fork. And he goes down the hall. And he finds his triple woman fake sister dead on the floor. And then his possessed dad walks in and says, look what she killed herself with. And she killed herself with one of his shitty forks.
The shitty forks. Sorry. The entire... I just remembered it so vividly. The entire concept of the triple woman.
It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
The concept of the triple woman is so, like, absolute. It's so funny. And I couldn't fully conceive of it again until you started reciting a scene from the movie in front of me. Everyone, actually, I take back what I said. Please listen to our bonus episode, and please watch this movie.
Yeah, I take this back too. It was nuts. It was one of the most nuts experiences I've ever had in my life. And if you don't do it and you deny yourself the experience of watching this fork scene, you just hate yourself, frankly.
Don't kill yourself. Sludge.
Don't kill yourself. By which I mean, don't deny yourself the pleasure of watching this bonus episode along with the movie.
Oh God! If you needed a sell on it, just like just like listen to the last minute again.
Honestly, the worst parts of the episode are when we're trying to talk seriously about anime and we start like talking about like the 3D animation in Chainsaw Man or whatever. When the movie is just kind of working its magic on us, it's a beautiful thing. It's pretty
great. But in the movie, we did not at all see the default outfit that Miyu has. Because I assume that's from the show? A lot of stuff I'm just gonna be assuming is from the show.
I, didn't read any of her lines.
I read them just before this.
I was busy playing Mafia.
That's fine. Listen, let me get the ones that are really important real quick.
It seems like most of them are just references to the show.
They are.
We have not watched.
There's one that, everything cleared up for me ridiculously.
Okay, alright.
It's the Bond Level Up 3 one, where she just drops the lore. I basically have no memories of anything before I was adopted by my older brother, but my body seems to have retained sporadic memories, such as that person who was probably my mother and the warmth of her hands. What? Huh?
This is super in line with the way the movie talks about anything.
Exactly. Yes. This makes sense given what I know about the movie. But this my information about Miyu has increased.
She has no memories of anything before she was adopted by her older brother. Oh, I forgot this movie has no sense of hair color meaning people are related.
Yeah.
I was is she related
she's
to
adopted,
Julian?
We know now, so.
Okay, is she related to Julian? We just don't know. But they never mentioned it in the movie, at which point they would know, because the movie's... So I assume no? Anyway, it's me.
Also, she was born as the Holy Grail and doesn't need light because she is the artifact that grants light.
Oh, but... Okay, alright.
And... Also, she has a lot of money. I'm just skimming.
Oh, I love her final Bond line. This isn't doxing myself because you need a code to add people as friends on Mahjong Soul. But my Mahjong Soul username is Girls Kiss Girls, which I'm very proud of, and it makes character lines very funny. And I really this must be the magic or miracle that Ilya spoke of, and you must be the one who gave me this miracle. Girls kiss girls.
Yeah. I'd also like to point out, before we get too far into this, I'm always looking at the age on these characters, because I genuinely could get no read on how old anyone was in the movie. I didn't even really think about it. She's 11 and tagged as an elementary school student.
She is 11. I don't know if she's 11 in the movie, But, like, who can say, right?
Who can say? I don't feel like Googling Prisma Illyia, fake kaleid liner Prisma Illyia. There's more to it than that. I don't remember the rest of the name.
Licht,
fake kaleid liner Prisma Illyia. Well, the Nameless Girl is the name of the movie.
Oh, right. I think the series is just called... Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I don't feel like Googling it to find out if there is a length of time that passes whatsoever that's established. Sure. But she's 11. Mm-hmm. And so this must be her elementary school uniform, I guess.
Oh, okay. We're actually looking at this image now.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing to say about this image.
No, there really isn't. It's just a uniform.
A uniform. Here's my vague reads on it, knowing that this is just guesses about this anime at this point. Mm-hmm. It's brown, which first of all, it has crosses on it.
Yes.
Which maybe means she goes to Catholic school, or maybe it's just because she's part of the Holy Grail War, etc.
Could be either.
In my experience, a brown school uniform is usually an indication that you, like, go to school / live somewhere sort of rustic.
Mm.
Is that true? Who can say?
I don't know if I would agree, because my immediate read was, like, I don't know. I felt like the exact opposite. It's like, maybe rich?
Yeah, that also works. It is
completely unclear.
Gold on it. Yeah.
The color scheme is appealing.
Yeah.
And because it's a uniform and all of the characters, except for Gilgamesh, all of the characters from this collaboration are wearing this uniform as their default outfit. It doesn't match, like, her actual color scheme, but that's fine. Her eyes are brown and red, I guess, and goldish.
Sure. There's also just, like, not much to say about her design. She's
a girl.
She's a girl.
She's got these 2 little hair clips, and they're white.
2 little hair clips.
They look like little horns sometimes, but mostly there's little hair clips.
Sure.
And they're the only thing that distinguishes her in the images that are to the right of this webpage, which is to say the emotes. Also, this outfit is so bland that I want to say it is not even tagged as anything on mahjongsoul.club.
Wait, they don't have a sailor uniform tag? That's weird.
They have no tags.
Weird that they don't have or maybe it's just because she's kind of new and nobody's bothered to tag her yet.
Maybe?
But they must have a school uniform tag. Weird.
Maybe.
Yeah, there she is.
I do like it.
Yeah, no. It's like a nice image. Her character, it's fine. It's nice. It's fine.
It doesn't say anything about her, really, other than, like, her puzzled or neutral expression.
Sure. She's got, like, a little bit of a head tilt, a little bit of a kind of thing.
I was gonna say it does accurately give off some bit of her character, which is that she's, like... The words that popped in my head were really bland, and I'm not gonna say that. That she's, like, got a notable lack of strong emotions.
Sure. She's missing maybe, like, 60% of her original emotions. And, I was gonna say that this image conveys that, which I think it does. That being said, if I didn't already know that about her, this image could also read as just, like, mildly curious elementary school girl. She kind of just looks young.
Uh-huh.
She's just got a young expression. Oh my god, why my throat fucked up? Should have been some tea. She just looks young in the way that, like, anime conveys youngness through, like, expression and body movement as much as, like, shapes and size of face and stuff. You know, she's a curious little kid. I mean, like, it does successfully, especially next to Ilya, which I haven't looked at in a while, and I think it's funnier to just not look at her.
Okay, I won't.
But next, it does successfully convey that she is sort of like the calm and considered one, between like her and Ilya and Kuro. She's the chill one, and it gets that across, and that's all it really needs to get across.
Yeah. The only other thing I think I have to say is that this hairstyle is not the one she had in the movie, which means that, again, this whole image must be from the show. The uniform, the hair, the everything.
Which, to be clear, I'd like to be clear that the reason why we watched that movie is because that's what the crossover said it was with. The crossover said over and over, we are with this movie. It's a crossover with Licht, the Nameless Girl. And so we were like, if we're gonna watch one thing to vaguely understand what's going on, we should watch the thing that it tells us to watch. That didn't work great for us.
It did not work out.
Trust me, it was a considered decision.
It would make sense. In any other world. But also, I'm not watching fake lead liner Prisma Illyya the show.
No. Maybe we would have been better off watching the first movie, but we were never going to watch the whole show. That's not what
this collaboration is with.
No, they said it was with the second movie. So,
also,
anyway, that's why we know
anyway
many things, but also nothing. I was going to say, I do think that she is probably shyer in the show, and that's what her whole vibe here is. Because she was definitely, like, more bold in the movie than is implied by anything that is going on here.
Okay. I'll take that.
So my Miyu assumption is that she starts off very shy and quiet at the beginning of the show, and then gets bolder, and by the time we're at the movie, she's just like fighting Yuri Thor with an obsidian sword, and like that's just normal for her.
That's just normal for her. Shall we talk about the emotes?
God, why didn't they put Beatrice in this fucking...
Her bond-up
skin as she gets the big fucking giant hands?
And she has a cool default outfit?
Her default outfit is good, and her transformation outfit is good. Like, come on, people.
They could have done it.
What are we doing here?
What are we doing here?
Moving on to the emotes.
We've spoken about this character before outside of the context of the podcast, because like this event went on pretty recently, and so us and everyone who's listening to this podcast probably talked a lot about the event that was actively going on in Mahjong Seoul at the time, and about these crossover characters. And what I remember about these crossover characters, and about Miyu in particular, is that everyone was like, the other three are fine. Miyu is so, like, criminally, her emotes are boring. And then someone pulled her. I think it might have been Glum that pulled her and was like, not like this.
No, I think it might have... Was it like Scent? I don't know. Someone we know pulled her. And in response to that, I actually looked at her emotes. And I was like, I actually think these are okay.
I agree with them and think that these are very boring.
I have a more positive view on these than you, I think. In particular, a couple of them really catch my eye. Now, that's not true. Maybe only one of them catches my eye. But that one I quite like. And which one it is may surprise you. Keep listening. Oh, I forgot to say the thing. Is it just... Hang on. You can follow along at mahjongsoul.club/content/Miyu. Is that really her name?
It's just Miyu.
No, is it just... I'm trying to figure out the URL. It's just Miyu. mahjongsoul.club/content/Miyu, MIYU. The thing at the top of the page, anyway, it doesn't matter. You can follow, anyway, you can look at this girl.
You can look at this girl. I looked it up. It was Glum, and I'm right, and I'm never wrong.
I forgot that Ash is never wrong. Fuck me.
They call me the truth statue.
Yeah. Us talking about people being right and wrong is making me want to look at Mafia, which I can't do. So let's move on.
You can't.
I can't. First emote. She's given a little wave.
That's it. Her expression is the exact same as it is in the main image. She's got a brown circle behind her. She's waving.
She's waving.
How do you feel about this one, Ivy?
I would agree that this one is bland.
There's
like,
nothing
just,
here.
Doesn't. The thing is that this at emote size, her facial expression is sort of the same, but a lot with all the nuance gone, it doesn't convey anything at all. It's just a blank face. She has eyes and a mouth. This is like an I'm drawing my first chibi anime girl kind of face, you know?
In fairness,
I'm following a tutorial.
The blank expression is her.
Sure, but like it also doesn't convey blankness in the way that some of these other ones do. Mm-hmm. It doesn't convey anything. And that's
also, I have a personal... I have some dislike of emotes like these that are like, hi. Because you get to use them once in a match. And also, if you miss your window, you're fucked.
Uh-huh.
You can't drop this one at any time except for at the beginning.
Oof. There are characters that have good high emotes, but they're high emotes that have, like, more expression to them so that they can be used in other contexts. Like, high emotes that are a little bit teasing are fun because then you can be like, hey, to people in the middle of a match in response to something.
Was it Nanaha who had the emote that said welcome on it that we thought was really nice?
Yes? I guess I can go
I'm
check.
going to boldly say yes.
Okay.
See, that one's good because it's like sometimes it can be like welcome to hell, flipping the lights on and off rapidly. But no, this one is just waving. The next one is no background, front facing, completely facing the camera, I guess. And her eyes have been stylized more into a line with, you know, she's looking off to the right and she's got these, like, oversimplified eyes that are really bored looking. And she still has nothing going on in her mouth. It's almost invisible. It's really cool. Thoughts on this one, Ivy?
It's fine. You use it to express this emotion, I guess.
This emotion is one that pops up in, basically all of the characters we've looked at so far.
Frequently.
This
is it. Again, this is how you draw that emotion when you're following a drawing anime girl's tutorial book that you checked out from the library.
Mm-hmm. It's what's criminal about this is that the other ones we looked at have a hint of character. Like they have a colored background. That's all you need. This does not have that. This is just a picture of Miyu.
Yeah, and like the emotion is so generic that it's not even a particularly Miyu emotion. It's not Miyuized. It's just this.
The third one
moving on.
Is I'm going through these real fast because there's nothing to say about them and I want to prove a point. The third one has this orange spiky background coming out from the bottom left corner. Her mouth is finally doing something. It's open in a little upset triangle. And her eyes are in shadow, and she looks taken aback. She's got two little blue exclamation points above her head.
She's blushing a little bit.
Is she?
A little bit.
You're right. I could barely see that at the small
to
size.
The details.
Also, she's got angry eyebrows.
She does. She has very gentle, angry eyebrows. They kind of connect to her hair things in a way that kind of makes her hair things look briefly like little antennas. Yeah, she's shocked. Something's happened and she's shocked. Gasp. The little blush almost makes this one interesting, but there's not enough indication of what it could possibly mean. Yeah, I would have liked some like depth to the shadow here to like add a little bit more expression. You know what I mean?
This is also an emotion that frequently appears in an emote set, and Miyu has one of them. And what's great about it is that because of the little, very subtle blushing, it could be either, I can't believe you've done this, or this could be really good for me. And so it doesn't need to have any prescribed meaning at all. Maybe we don't need to do anything.
Yeah, maybe we don't need to do this podcast. Maybe art just speaks for itself. You ever think about that?
No.
Okay, moving on. To this one, which I actually like. Let me cook.
I'll let you cook.
Thank you. I'm making roasted Brussels sprouts.
Yes!
With just like some nice pan-fried steaks. It's like a really sort of nice, sort of hearty little meal.
Great.
She's doing a little bow. She's got her hands clasped together in front. She's got her eyes closed. She's doing a bow. She's got a little movement line indicating her head is moving down. That's kind of it. But also, I really like this one. And the reason why I like this one is because this is not an emotion that you see a lot. This is pretty bespoke to this set. It's very simple. And it conveys a very simple thing, but it conveys a simple thing that is like, it conveys a lot about the character, just in the fact that not many characters have something like this. And so like, the fact that Miyu specifically does a little respectful bow says something about Miyu. I like that. And then I also think this respectful bow is versatile. Like, this can be a hello. This can be like an I'm sorry. This can be like a good game right before you explode someone. And it's sort of like, it's really dry humor. I think this can be really good dry humor. And it's pretty unique. And I genuinely just kind of like it.
It is good art. I'll give you this one. Because I really like that little motion line that conveys that it's about. It effectively conveys that it's about a thing that the rest of the image doesn't need to, like, pull the weight on conveying that it's a little bow. Which is great. Here's my problem.
Okay.
I agree. It is versatile. And I agree that it is somewhat bespoke. However, I don't think it's necessarily good dry humor, because there's nothing in this set to cut it with.
No, that is the problem. The problem is that it exists in context, and the context is bad.
The context is that these convey, as a set, the most default of emotions that are possible to convey, with little room for character and little room for humor and little room for anything, really.
They convey the most default of emotions, except less. They convey, like, the shape of default emotions, but without any actual expression. Truly, she has lost 90% of her original emotions.
This isn't even the character. It's like, that can be a character trait.
Yes, that's Yui Yagi.
Yeah, that you're not you don't feel anything about this. But it can be conveyed in a way that makes the viewer feel something. And this does not have that.
Wow, Ash wants art to make him feel something. What a fucking nerd.
I do. Why do you think we're doing this podcast?
Oh, because you like talking to me?
The fifth emote is got these red action lines coming out from the center that focus on her face, which is the mildest angry expression I've ever seen. She's facing left, so it looks almost like she could be speaking to somebody. And she's sort of looking off screen, and she's got the tiniest angry eyebrows and a face that mostly just looks like she's talking.
You know what this emote conveys?
Yeah?
This emote conveys you're at school, okay? Be with me. Picture it with me.
Okay,
you're at school,
I'm picturing.
It's in between classes. Everyone's going to their next class. I guess grade schoolers don't really rotate classes because they have homerooms, but stay with me.
Yeah.
I think this is even true in Japan. But anyway, stay with me. You're going somewhere, maybe it's lunch, and you spy on the ground an eraser. And it's a nice eraser. It's like a dolphin that's pink with green detailing, and the green detailing is glow in the dark. It's a good eraser. And it's clear from the way that people are walking through the halls that this had to have been dropped by a specific person. And so you pick it up, and then you go, "Hey, your eraser." And that's what this emote is conveying.
Your eraser! Yeah. You got it in one.
Your eraser. You dropped it. It's not urgent. She wants you to pay attention now, but it's not, like, serious.
It's not even...
Go on.
Miyu conveys more emotion than this in the movie. Like, maybe this is... To repeat the famous adage from earlier in the episode, maybe this is what she was like in the show. She's shyer and less emotive. But, like, she's a magical girl who fights, I don't know, demons or whatever. Like, she is, by nature, as a character in this kind of anime, capable of making a fierce expression.
I was gonna answer the question of what kind of thing that she fights, and then I thought about the movie really hard, and I don't know how to answer that question.
I don't know.
We see her fight like 3 different guys, but I don't know the line between them.
The forces of evil.
But also, it's... Anyway, moving on. In this one, she also she has like a intentionally blank expression. She's staring off into the distance. There's little tears in her eyes, and she's sort of mildly blushing, and she has like a little, what's the name of the liquid that comes out of your mouth?
Saliva?
Saliva. Thank you. She's a little bit of saliva coming out of her just kind of like open mouth. I kind of don't know what this emote is conveying. Oh, also there's sort of like an airbrushed yellow background.
Yeah. Maybe she really likes food. I don't know
what this emote is conveying. I can't tell if she's like she's watering at the mouth and she really wants something. I can't tell if she's been like pithing. That's not how you pronounce that word. I can't tell if she's been like pithing needled and she, like, she's, like, in a daze. I don't know. I don't she's know. Also sort of clutching at her breast. I kind of like it, but again, I kind of like an emote that's just kind of like, I'm dumb and overwhelmed, but also in the context, you're right that in the context of the overall emotes, this is just, it's so strange. This one's so strange.
This is the only, like, positive emote she has. It's really weird.
But it's
except
also
for
like it
maybe
kind
the
of
next
looks
one, which
like
I'll
she's
get to.
Crying, and so I can't tell if it's positive or not.
It could be like, I really want something. It could be like, you've taken something away from me. There's just, I like an emote with versatility, but there's nothing here.
Again,
this isn't even an expression that makes sense.
Yeah. If we knew things about the show, maybe we would know more things. But I also, like, can't really give it that excuse.
That's why we decided to watch the movie.
That's why we decided to watch the movie.
I've run my course with regards to trying to put some respect on this character by virtue of not knowing entirely what she's about, because I haven't seen Fate Kaleid Liner Prisma Illyia. I'm done with that. I watched 2 hours of film for this and got nothing.
Oh, man.
If this is one of her main character traits, they have to show it. In the next emote, she's winking.
That's it.
She has no facial expression. She's looking at the camera.
I'll give it a little bit of credit. Her cheeks are a little bit red, thus she looks a little bit determined. That is true in every one of these emotes. Try again. We're just moving on to the next one. In the next emote,
no, I want to talk about it.
Okay. I thought it would be funny to just move on.
It would be funny to just move on, but
she's just winking. Okay.
She's just winking. She's not even really winking.
She has 2 sets of eyebrows?
I guess. I was gonna make a point about this when you were still trying to convince me that this emote set was good, which I think we're past. I
just said that I like the one emote.
Yeah.
And that at a cursory glance, like 6 months ago, that's not true. Like 3 months ago, I looked at it and I was like, I don't think it's as bad as people say.
It's pretty bad.
Maybe it's as bad as people say.
It's that bad. I was gonna point to this emote and be like, what is your defense of this? Because, again, this could be funny. If there was anything.
I look at this emote and the only thing I think about is the Saki character.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's what
it's literally is. She just looks like she has her eyes closed because that's what her character is, I guess.
Yeah.
Now.
Because
she's cosplaying.
If she opens one of her eyes, she'll be able to see everyone's moves on the table and etc. etc. We'll talk about Saki when we get to there.
Yeah. I just can't stand that this exists.
This winking emote? It is like, again, things have to... it is like... It's so interesting how little emotion is conveyed with this. Like, think about winking at someone. And, like... Then do this. Then mimic this expression. It doesn't feel like winking. It feels like blinking with one eye.
Yeah.
I guess it's from the anime.
No, it can't be. You have 9 emote slots on this character, and you filled one of them with this, and one of them with the last one, and one of them with the first one, and one of them with the really mild angry expression, and one of them with the drool, and I don't understand how this happens.
I think I know what I want to do here, and so I want to get through these I want to get through the rest of these somewhat quick, because I have an activity for us once we're done with all these emotes. So let's go through the next one really quick. Her face is shrouded in darkness. There's a little sweat drop on her cheek. She's got like an annoyed expression, mildly. Mm-hmm. Mostly she's just shrouded in darkness. She's got sort of like a swoop of gray behind her. Thoughts on this one?
This is the same thing that annoys me about the drooling one, and the same thing that annoys me about, the, like, take it aback one, which is that, they decided to make this so that it can convey multiple things, like, I'm annoyed with you and can't believe you did that, or, I'm really scared. Like, either of those could be this image, and this is the only emote in the set that conveys those things, I guess. But they decided to take up emote slots with things such as winking, so they couldn't do this in two discrete ones. They had to do it like this, so it doesn't really say anything. That's my take.
Sure. I guess you combo this with exclamation marks, and you something surprises you and you exclamation marks, and then you do this. And that's kind of like a natural... Those have a natural flow from one to the other.
Yeah, because of the shattered face.
But, like, what are you conveying with that?
No, nothing. That's the problem.
You're so mad. You're so mad. This is the most mad I've ever heard you sound. That's not true. I've heard you talk about Saki.
I wasn't this mad. I just think you have so much space to make good art, and you did this. I don't understand. Anyway, moving on.
That's also how you feel about Saki.
Well, yeah, but Saki isn't, like...
We'll get there when we get there.
Whatever.
We'll get there when we get there. ... Don't think about it. Moving on. She's wearing a maid outfit. One of her voice lines is about this. I guess at some point in the show, she dresses up for like a maid cafe or whatever. This is a normal anime thing.
Either she did that in the show, or they're referencing the voice line from Mahjong Soul. Which I think would be a little funny.
They're not. We can't go that far. At some point in the show, she puts on a maid costume, and
we thought she might have done this in the movie, and we were so wrong.
I was so excited for her to put a maid costume on in the movie. Can you imagine?
She was too busy. Don't kill yourself, sludge. Sludge.
What if I just also named this episode that?
I had a really funny thought just then, but I can't say it on the air.
I'm gonna say that we can't name too many episodes Don't Kill Yourself, because then our, like, Google SEO will be in the garbage.
Yeah, drastic go down.
Drastic go down. That's what they say. Mm-hmm. You know, I like this because it's different. I like the framing of her peeking around a door. That's cute. I feel nothing about maid outfits. This is just a personal comment. Maid outfits make me feel nothing inside.
Yeah. Here's my problem with this emote. It's that if you're gonna convey an emotion, which is like peeking around the corner, why did you do it in the maid outfit? I don't understand. This actively detracts from the rest of the emote. Because it doesn't convey an emotion anymore. It's the one that she's in a maid outfit in. If you did this during a match, I'd be like, why are you using the maid outfit emote? And not think about what you're actually trying to do by expressing an emotion. It's like, this is the emote with a maid outfit in it. That's all that it is. Why would you use an emote slot on this? Why would you not just draw her peeking around a corner? This is the closest to an actual expression from the whole set. And you put her in a maid outfit. I don't get it.
I will say, and you've sort of filled this out for me, this is one of the clearest expressions that she's had. She has clear body language and a clear expression that is, like, somewhat appealing. And yeah.
It's like
It's an emote, but like she's in a maid outfit.
I'm so mad.
Ash is so mad.
It's not even that good an expression, but it's the most that we've got.
Fine.
Like, she's looking around a corner, that's one thing. Her mouth is in this little wavy line, and her eyebrows are kind of furrowed like she's disapproving. So again, it's like two things, which is really annoying. But it's like, this is an expression that a character could reasonably make while feeling one thing in one situation. Sure. Also, she's in a maid outfit. Her hair is even different. This is a different character. Let's do an activity, Ivy.
Let's do an activity. Oh my fucking god. Jesus. This is my favorite episode so far. That's not true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's my favorite episode just because I get to sit here and listen to you be mad, and that's all I have to do. It's really easy for me.
You have 9 spaces to make a character who is a character. They made 3 seasons of this show and 2 movies.
Okay. Are you ready for your activity?
No! Hold on!
Continue, I'm sorry. I'll just wait till you say you're done.
They made 3 seasons of this show and 2 movies. This is one of the 2 main characters. She has a personality! And they spent all 9 of the spaces in which you get to express that personality. Listen, I get the default outfit being boring and there's nothing to it, because she's in a matching set and she's a crossover character and it's fine.
Well, I will say, sorry, if I can briefly interrupt you, we'll get there when we get there, and by that I mean shortly, but like, the fact that the default outfit is bland is good, because the bit is that the default outfit is schoolgirl, and then she turns into a magical girl, that's good.
The default outfit being bland is not a problem. I think it's interesting. They had so much space and they did nothing with it. Anyway, I'm burning myself out. You have to go. We have to do an activity.
Okay. Ash, congratulations on your new job at Cat Food Studios.
Okay.
As an art director, your first job is rehauling this emote set. Mm-hmm. You have to keep 3. I thought really hard about what would make the best activity. You have to keep 3, you have to change 3, and you have to replace 3.
Okay. I got it.
Already? Wow, that was fast. If you don't keep Bao, I'm going to kill you in real life.
Yeah, Bao is the only one that I feel really strongly about keeping.
Okay, good.
The other ones are, like, all 8 of the other ones I have a problem with. But in the spirit of, like, I think I could rehabilitate this.
Yeah, the thing is that the ones that you keep, you get to change the context around them.
Exactly. That's my point. I'm keeping really mild anger.
Okay. Actually, yeah.
And I'm keeping the wave.
Interesting. Not changing the wave.
Not changing the wave. The wave is boring, but, like, a lot of characters have this emote that is basically just their default art. And that's a slot that is filled by this emote, and I'm fine with that. It's a wave. I'm not personally fond of waves, but if this character is good, it might be fun to introduce yourself as this character. 3 that I'm changing.
Okay.
I am changing the wink.
Okay.
To have... I shifted my seat so I can be focused and close to the microphone. The thing that needs to change about the wink, I'm going to... Here's my vision. And I can't actually do this because it doesn't make any sense as an emote. But I think what would be good about the wink is if we did this such that it's like imagine a shot from this show, in which Miyu has been tasked to perform some kind of, important job, in school, and the other two are there and they're watching her do this, and she turns around and gives this conspicuous but really boring and, like, characteristically bland wink. That's funny. So my initial thought was, let's zoom this out and put her in a corner of the image. Scale her down like 75% of the size that she is right now. Shove her off to the right. In a perfect world where there could be other characters in this, I would have the other characters, like, in the foreground and some ... But I don't think that really makes sense as a Mahjong Soul emote.
You could have her be in, like, a sort of a crowd of, like, gray anonymous figures.
Yeah, so that was my thought, was shove her off to the side and put a scene around her, and put some little, like, sparkles next to her, so it's clear that she thinks she's trying to be, suave. That's my change for the wink.
Can I make a simpler suggestion?
Okay.
Keep the sparkles. Don't overly complicate the image. Just have her lifting a finger up to her lips in a shush motion.
Also pretty good. Good.
She's just that. Then, like, this wink has a clear thing, and it has a clear use, which is like you do a closed con, and then you're like, "Shh, don't worry about it. It's all good."
I'm changing the maid emote, so she's not in a maid outfit anymore. That's literally... I should have said
you have to keep the maid outfit.
I was gonna say that's literally the only change I have to make, but I don't even really like the base emote of this that much. I just think it's fine.
Can I make a suggestion?
Okay.
I would have a hand up clutching the door frame, and, like, that hand is shaking. There's some shake lines around it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's stronger. Get some body language. Yeah.
What we need in this kit? So we have a funny character moment. We have this respectful bow. We have...
Is that only 2 changes?
I'm thinking.
It's change. Okay. Yeah.
We have the wave, and then we have mild anger. So what we need in this kit, thinking about the other ones that I might change and how else I might change the maid one, we need something positive. We need a definitive positive and a definitive negative. And I also think we need something else that's funny, because that's all that I can do to salvage this, I think. So I think this is good as a mild negative, and then we can change the, like, scared, frightened one to be a more definitive negative. So if we have her...
Which scared, frightened one?
The one with the dark shadow. See, this is the problem. This is why I'm getting rid of the other 3. So we have her... In this one, in the maid one, we have her shaking on the doorframe. Mild negative. So instead of scared relief for this one, like the mild fear / annoyance she's expressing here, we can do a strong annoyed. So keep, like... See, my instinct, and you know this about me, my instinct is to have all these characters do violence. I think it'd be funny if she had the wand in her hands.
I think that might have to be a new one. That feels like a big change.
Yeah. But we can do, like, change this one so that instead of having the, like, sweat drop on it, we can keep the pose, keep the shadow. Just change your eyes to be, like... I really don't like how her eyes are drawn in this image. They're, like, really weird. They're blank and everything. Make it so that the mouth is, like... more of a scoff rather than this weird thing that's going on, and then change the eyes so that they have the same slight shadow effect as the bored one. And then I think you've got a real emote. We're getting rid of drool, we're getting rid of surprised, and we're getting rid of bored. The strong positive can be, like, it can be boring. Like, it can be, like, her with a kind of, again, kind of a blank expression, because that's what she's got going on. A half body where she's, like, pumping her fists. Which could be either, like, yes, I did it, or, okay, I can do it. That's your strong positive. We need another one that's, like, kind of funny. So we could do one where she has her hand in front of her. You know, a la Ichihime flip table or Ichihime stare at hand. Has her hand in front. I'm literally just making Ichihime stare at hand.
I think we could do like a Ichihime. She has her hand in front of her, but she's got like her hand on. She's got her person hand like on her chin, and she's like thinking real hard about it. I feel like that feels in character.
That's something. And then what else can you do?
What about like sort of a fallen on her face or fallen on her butt kind of thing, like a big whoopsie? Yes,
that's pretty good. You could do one that's like
or
similar to like
violence.
Well, you could do one that's similar to like Mirai Exploded, where she's like got bandages on her face, but she's giving you a thumbs up as though nothing happened. There you go. That's what I'm doing. That's my activity. I've made a real character.
Wow, a real character.
I made up a guy.
You made up a guy. Great. God, it's so frustrating that the program that lets you mod Mahjong Soul is against the TOS. I want to add guys to Mahjong Soul so much.
I understand implicitly.
Okay, you want to take a 5-minute break?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
魔法少女は万能ではありません。例えば、空を飛ぶこととか、人間は飛べないので。イリアは例外ですけど、人間が飛ぶのはまず不可能です。
Hello, welcome back. It's time to start. I don't know where that sentence was going. I was just generating words. It's time to talk about Bond Miyu.
Yay!
Bond Miyu.
Bond Miyu.
Yay! Bond
Yay!
Miyu. Yay!
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 Bond
Miyu.
I have not really looked at Bond Miyu. Bond Miyu.
Available after making a bonding promise with Miyu.
Available after making a bonding promise with Miyu. Oh boy, I haven't really looked at this image closely, and anyway.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, listen, it's a crossover character. Maybe they're better with... I know that sometimes they're better with crossover characters. And I was like, maybe this isn't the episode where we have to get into it. Maybe we can just, like, have a normal episode in which we talk about a child and we don't have to get into it.
I distinctly remember when this event was running. Like, this isn't even really the culprit. It's the, like, I don't think it's... Oh, no, it totally is. It's the Prism Live outfits that are, like, really criminal to me on all of these characters.
Oh. Well, we'll get there momentarily.
We'll get there. Those were the ones that were sold in the shop. And I just remember looking at them and being like, this... And that's all.
I think I looked at the Kuro one and I was like, this is bad, but also it's kind of a nice drawing. I have complex feelings about the one that we're not looking at.
It's not what we're looking at, though.
Anyway, let's just talk about this image in general before we get to it. She's in her magical girl outfit. You said that you liked this outfit.
I do.
Is that still true?
This isn't the outfit that she was wearing.
Wait, what? This is different from the movie?
I'm almost certain. I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm almost certain that this is, at least to some extent, a different outfit.
It's very close.
It's close.
Sure.
She has the same little capelet, which I really like. I like
She's
the little,
got, this little feather capelet.
Mm-hmm. It's got a fairy wing effect, which I am quite fond of. You cannot tell in this image, though, because it's, like, fluttering in the wind.
The funny thing about her design is that, like, they can't decide whether her thing is butterflies or, like, crow.
Mm-hmm.
You know? She's a little bit of both, and it's very funny.
Never mind, this is basically what she was wearing in the movie.
Yeah, it's just a little bit, like, higher res.
Uh-huh. I was convinced that she had more clothes on than this.
Nope. That was
Not
another
true,
thing.
Though.
When you were like, I like this outfit about her magical girl outfit in the movie, I was like, huh. I don't know. I don't think it's a very good outfit. Like, I just don't know what to tell you. Like, it's fine.
In my mind, this was like a full piece of clothing.
Nope.
No, but it isn't. So I don't know what I was on.
It's a one piece with big boots and detached. She has the detached sleeves in the movie?
Yeah.
Wow, that's why they brought her into Mahjong Soul. They were like, oh my god, your movie has detached sleeves? We gotta do a collab.
Hey, by the way, I'm just looking at this image of, like, the way that this is drawn in the actual show.
Can you just send it to me?
Yeah, I will. Hold on. But what sucks about this drawing of it, is that little, like, strap around her thigh is her card holster.
Oh, you can see a little bit of the holster.
You can see a little bit of it, but you can't actually see it, and it makes me really sad.
I was looking at the thing around her thigh. This is another reason why they did a crossover with Mahjong Soul.
Because you get the thing around her thigh,
Mahjong Soul was like, oh my god, you have detached sleeves, and you have a stupid little thing on your thigh? We gotta do a crossover, dude.
I literally don't know what I was on.
I think you were on that movie.
I thought that this was a totally different outfit than it is.
Nope. Oh, wow.
But I like the colors.
I was looking at this thing and I was like, oh man, the higher resolution really, they add some bad things. And then I'm looking at, and they do, but I'm looking at the sort of like normal show render you sent
the
me.
seam down the middle is totally just from the show.
Uh-huh.
Which
the seam is worse here in that it's anyway, oh god.
I like I like the butterfly motif. I like the colors, and I like that it is, we talked about this during the bonus episode. I like the sort of darker theme that she's got going on, where she's neither like really brightly colored nor massive edgy. Like, she's neither what Ilya has going on nor what Kuro has going on, but instead just a moderate butterfly / fairy themed / crow themed, I guess, magical girl outfit.
Super normal.
On the other hand, what the hell is that tassel in the front?
Yeah, the like between the boobs tassel is a lot.
A lot.
The fact that she has a little kind of like proper little collar on is very funny, IMO.
I think that's part of, I think it connects to the little capelet, is what it is.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which makes sense to me, and I like that
piece.
piece.
Funny to me. Yeah, if I kind of like ignore this as a thing that a person is wearing, if I ignore this as a piece of clothing and I just kind of look at shapes and colors, I like it. It's got a strong, it's strong.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's put on the body of an 11-year-old girl, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just, like, get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it right now.
You can, like, this is her, the body piece, the one piece is super skin tight.
Mm-hmm.
It is, like, at the bottom, it is not wide enough. This is a lot to talk about.
In the illustration that I sent you and that we're looking at right now, what they're doing in this illustration, where, like, her crotch is slightly exposed, is not in that.
That's a Mahjong Soul specialty.
It's a
that's
Mahjong Soul
the
specialty.
only thing that's a Mahjong Soul specialty.
But I don't want to give too much credit to the original illustration here.
No, absolutely not.
Because in exchange, you can see a little of her butt.
Uh-huh. I am sure that the people who worked on the show consulted on this image, for sure. If not, drew it.
For sure. There's not an artist listed for this one, which makes me think that maybe they did.
That it's like a piece of unlicensed, or not unlicensed, but uncredited corporate art, because it is licensed. You know, we can just Mahjong's. God,
they're drawing this 11-year-old girl in the same way that they draw every other Bond outfit, which is to say that it is a, like, striptease of an image.
We got 3 episodes where we just got to live in the blissful life where maybe this is a game that just has adults in it.
No.
And that was so great. I liked that a lot. Mahjong Soul is not great to the young people who are in its game. I don't like, I mean, one thing that the original image gets right that this doesn't is, frankly, I don't like the fact that she has boobs.
Yeah.
She's 11.
It's like way
she has the face of a
toned up
16-year-old.
It is toned up in this image, which is never a good thing.
She looks like she's 16, which is also not good, to be clear. But it is also not good to depict as an 11-year-old as a 16-year-old.
She still has the proportions to some extent of a child. But here we are. Like, it's just, this is bad. To do this. I can't, like, talk about it seriously as a piece of art with merits, because they did a camel toe on an 11-year-old girl.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
The background elements are kinda pretty. The outfit is almost kinda good.
You know what I
it's
like?
Well
not like
drawn.
In a positive way. I like that she has shiny shoulders in the way that the Saki characters have shiny knees.
That's pretty funny.
This is funny to me.
But it's bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, I want to talk about, like, why this is bad. This is bad from a, like, social perspective, but I also, like, I want to talk about why this is bad, like, for the art. Like, it just, like, oh my god. Okay, I might have to edit this out if this is too fucked up. But we'll see if I think I'm going in a good direction.
Okay.
I think it's cool when media has children in it. Children are cool. I am totally fine with Mahjong Soul being a piece of media that has mixed ages of its children. I think that's, it's representing a lot of different people, and there's some compelling, having an 11-year-old play Mahjong with a 28-year-old is fun. That is fun to me. But and then and I think that aside from all the reasons why it is uncomfortable and bad and makes people feel bad, I think one of the problems with depicting the children in your game as in this very adult and sexualized manner is that it is also just kind of bad for the art, in that we don't get them just being children, you know?
Yeah.
And so we never get to
Yeah.
We never get to see an 11-year-old dressing like an 11-year-old and behaving like an 11-year-old, and thus don't actually get that variety. We just get the same kind of sexualized body over and over again, except sometimes they tell us that some of them are 11 or 16, just for reasons that I don't want to get into.
Yeah.
But it is actively, it is bad for both specifically this and for the overall piece of art. Period. In ways that are not just about not making people uncomfortable or not being problematic. I think that that's also kind of important, Yeah,
it's important not to make images of 11-year-olds that look like this.
Nope.
Full stop. Because I don't have to explain why that's bad.
Nope, you do not.
But it's just also you're right. It's just disappointing to this is that's it. That's what we're doing here. It's hard to make a podcast episode which includes a podcast episode on a podcast where we talk about how bad art can be good sometimes, where we just include and talk about a piece of art which is just bad. Because it's hard to then move on and then talk about something else. It's I really need to emphasize that this is not a good thing.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think we have to say anymore.
Yeah.
And again,
and also it's just boring.
It's also just boring. It's not. Yeah, the reason why,
It's the point I was trying to get to, and then I was I don't want to go any further into it. But it's boring. It's not good. It's not fun.
It's not fun.
Again, on the same line is how you have 9 emote slots to give Miyu a character, and then you completely fuck it up so bad. This image is like using one of your emote slots for the maid outfit.
Great, moving on. Emotes.
The third emote in this set is really great.
Are we working backwards?
Well, I don't like either of the first two.
Okay.
I'm just gonna speak about both of them broadly in this moment.
Sure.
The second one, she has weird little cat paws, and, a pink haze, and she's hold on, I gotta wait until this loud music stops being in the background. She has these little cat paws in the second one, and this pink haze that she seems like, I don't know, like entranced by, and all of that seems bad to me. And then the first one, she's like blushing with a pink thing behind her, which is way more acceptable and normal and fine. But I don't get it, and I don't get why I don't get it. And then in the third one, she's using a magical card power. And it's
I
like...
believe this is Archer? Maybe?
Yes. Probably.
I think so. It looks familiar.
It
They
looks
used
like
Archer
that.
in the movie. I only ever looked at this from a distance, and I didn't see it as a card. After watching the movie and looking at her page briefly, I was like, is she doing Julian's weird teleportation / fork magic?
Can she use fork magic? No, it's a card.
It's a card. Yeah, and you know, it's fun. She's doing the thing from the show.
When we were doing our activity, I talked about how, well, not when we were doing our activity, we were talking about very mild, angry expression. I was talking about how she is a magical girl and can do a fierce fighting thing. This is it! She can do it. She literally, her expression isn't even that different. She's just doing something. Mm-hmm. It's good.
Yeah. I don't think this emote comes across as especially threatening if you don't know what it's about, but I think that's fine. I think that there's some crossover. I think crossover characters are allowed like 1 or 2 emotes where if you don't know the context, you just don't get it. And
it's a little
fine.
inside baseball.
Yeah, like this is an emote that we've talked a lot about this, but this is an emote that if I am playing Miyu, I use for me. Mm-hmm. I get a little treat of being like, I'm gonna use the Archer card and transform into the Greek hero,
mythological hero Aeschylus.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna shoot you with my bow. And then they don't have to fucking know what I'm talking about. Who cares about them? They're not even real people. They're people inside of the computer screen. They're not real people.
See, this is a fun way to use it where it's just like, I know what I'm talking about, but you don't have to know. I also think it's fun to use it as a replacement for playing a tile. Like, this is your I'm about to sumo. You do your torture time and then you end it with this, and it looks like the card that you played is just you putting a Mahjong tile down. It's fun. This is the only emote of hers that I really like. I have to be so excited about it because it's real. And it exists. And it's like good.
I'm happy for you.
It's so good. The other 2 emotes in this set just make me worried.
Yeah, the other 2 emotes in conjunction with the main art make me upset.
Yeah.
This one, she's just doing magical girl shit.
Yes, the whole purpose of the transformation into... I was gonna get into this later, and we mentioned it earlier where it's like, it's really good that the original one is the schoolgirl and then the Bond is the magical girl. Where I thought to myself, I kind of wish this basic image had a little bit more of her character in it, which they could have done like one of her casual outfits or whatever, but like, no, it makes perfect sense for it to go from regular, generic schoolgirls wearing the same uniform to their fun magical girl transformations. That's literally what a Bond-up should be.
I was gonna say, now that you said that, many of the many sins of this image is that it is actually more bland than I remember it being, and I think that's a crime. If you're going from bland to magical girl, it can't be, I need more texture, you know? I need more texture, I need more posing, I need more dumb fucking, like, sparkle shit.
I wish that she was, like, putting up a magic circle or some shit, you know, like magical girls do.
Put the card in the art. Give her a pose.
At least, like, again, I talked about
she's
how
not really even posed here. She's just kind of like
standing,
floating.
Yeah.
This is like the idol pose of her in like a JRPG.
I talked about how the card holster should have been visible in this image because it's like really fun and interesting to me. And I hold to that.
Have her like be drawing a card out of the card holster.
Yeah,
she only has one arm in this image.
You're right. Where'd the other one go?
Give me posing. Give me something. You're giving me lots of things that I don't want, and you're giving me nothing of what I do want.
And then the two emotes, other than the one I really like, really make it an implication that there's, like, the reason why you bonded up Miyu is not to see her as a fun magical girl, and it's like, well, fuck off, maybe. And that's why I don't like it. The third emote is really great, though.
I'm glad we found something that makes you happy in this episode.
It's good. I would keep the, if I owned this character, I would keep it at the default character, despite the fact that I like this, I still want to say that I like this outfit. I like the colors. And it's unique, and she's a magical girl. I would keep her as the default because I don't want to look at this image for too long. But I would have her bonded up so that I could use the magical girl card emote.
Are you ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to take a breath?
No.
Breathe in for 8 seconds and breathe out for 8 seconds?
No, I think this one is, like, genuinely less upsetting than the last one.
This one is fine.
There's another one of these Prism Live ones, and I do not remember which character it is, and I'm not going to look it up, that made me think, oh god.
Is it Kuro is the one where she's smashing a guitar, like, at the camera?
I haven't seen that, and that rules.
Okay, so it must be Ilya.
Must be Ilya. But this one is less upsetting than the last one. It's like almost normal.
Can give them, I can even be a little bit. You know me, Ash. I'm generous. I'm kind. I'm willing to meet people halfway. I'm you know all these things about me. You know how wonderful I am. I'm even willing to meet them halfway and say that the ribbon on the thigh is okay because it's like a little, like, this is where her card holster would go normally, and so it has like a purpose to the design. I'm generously willing to give them even that.
I really like the shoes.
Yeah, the shoes kind of rock, actually.
The shoes
I would wear these
kick
boots.
Ass.
These are great.
I want
boots.
these, like, really bad.
Yeah.
Like, I think the flowy, thing at the top is probably really inconvenient. But they've got like the multicolor laces, which I always like. I really like. But they've got the lighter blue and then the more vibrant blue, and the star tied in the front is really cute. And then I just really like the black heel, and they're like sneakery, and so they're not like creepy high heels, which would freak me out.
These are probably the most practical shoes that we've seen ever. I guess she was wearing just like normal. Yeah, these are probably more practical than schoolgirl flats.
Yeah, to be honest, she was wearing like loafers.
You can go hiking in these,
Yeah.
I like this platform she's standing on. It's got a little bit of a reflection. It's cute.
Oh yeah, it does. That is fun.
Oh yeah, was she the one who's Jewish?
Yeah, I was trying to remember if that was. I feel like I remember making that joke in the middle of the thing. That's her. But yeah.
In the movie, she like
gives up her Jewish.
She gives up her like
Jewish
a Star of David to someone for reasons that are unclear. And now she's here and she's standing on a blue, white, and gold Star of David.
I wish we were still doing the movie episode. Everyone needs to go listen to it. I'm actually going to tell people not to listen to the real episode and just listen to us talk about the movie.
Yeah, now that you're most of the way through this episode, stop listening to this episode.
Stop!
Go listen to the movie episode, it's better.
overall, like, in the image, I also, despite my, like, wouldn't actual real socks probably be better with these shoes? I do think the little stars on the little stocking on the left are pretty cute.
Yeah.
And then they stop at mid-thigh. Like, why? Why would you do that? Anyway.
Yeah.
But I like the inclusion of the black and white in this one. And maybe it's just because I'm looking at the shoes so much, and the shoes are so good. But I think the contrast of, like, blue, white, black, gold, works really fantastically in this image. And, like, her colors in the last image are pretty great, too. She's got the purple and the black and the blue, and that's her thing. And then a little bit of gold, but that's not really part of it, necessarily, in the last one. Like, she's got an identity. It's really great.
Yeah, she's, like, doing an expressive pose. This, like, making a heart with your fingers. Oh, I forget how to make a heart like this with the fingers. I'm so bad at it.
You can just look at the image.
It
shows you.
I'm really bad at it. I can't. How do I can't.
Your middle fingers stick out, and then your index fingers bend.
Wait, your index finger, your middle. I'm gonna turn on my camera so you can watch me try and do this. Let's share screen. Turn on camera. Is this working? Is my camera working for once in my entire life?
No.
Camera, turn on.
This is good audio.
This is great television. Never mind,
No,
my camera's not working.
Doesn't work.
I can't fucking do it.
That's so sad.
Your middle fingers stick out, and then your index fingers bend.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, well.
Oh, my Discord lagged. Ivy, cut this. Were you just filling airtime?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I don't have to cut this then.
No,
Great.
you do.
Anyway, I can't do this fucking heart motion, but I like it because the heart. The thing is that the blank face expression works if she's doing something else.
Exactly. It just
like
needs
if
to
she's doing a blank face expression and the heart were like finger guns or like a fist pump, then the blank face expression contributes to that.
It's
and
juxtaposition.
That's what's happening here.
It's fantastic.
And that's not what they're doing anywhere else.
I know! It makes me so mad. There's a weird little braid in her hair, and there's no reason why it should be there.
I love it. I think it's great.
It's weird. It's so weird. I also like her little headset, but that's just because I really like Vocaloids. and I know that they're like virtual idols, so they have a little headset, and that's like the whole bit, and so this is just like an idol thing, but it just makes me think like, I like it when a character has a little headset. It's got a little blue star on it. It's cute.
Mm-hmm.
What's with the weird ribbons around her arms?
It's Mahjong Soul.
It's Mahjong Soul.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, the thing is that this... there's like a weird, like very slightly military thing going on.
What?
Never mind. Cut this. You said what so hard that I felt bad as a person, and I'm just gonna redact my statement.
I'm gonna keep that one in my back pocket for whenever I need you to redact a statement. Do you want to elaborate now, or?
Well, now I just feel embarrassed. She's got like a collar with like a little kind of like... Never mind.
I think it's nothing.
She's got like a shield and like sort of medals and like cuffs. You know. Okay. Never mind.
I've looked at this outfit now for a good amount of time. Here's what's the only thing about this outfit. Not the only thing about this outfit. Suspension of disbelief. The only thing about this outfit, imagining that I have no other problems with this outfit that bothers me, is that the skirt is in baby blue and white. What is the baby blue doing there?
Yeah, that's fair.
It's bothering me. Like, this image
It works with the image, but it doesn't work with the outfit.
I wish I could just look at, like, a 3D model of this outfit, because I feel like I don't like it that much as an outfit.
Sure.
It's also that, like, the skirt is just kind of weird in general.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, there's, like, the suggestion of an overskirt, but, like, mostly it's just petticoats, which is fine. But, like, it's just petticoats,
also,
which is
I just
fine.
noticed that the little, for one, I just noticed that the, like, black and blue bits of fabric behind the skirt, I'm moving my mouse across the screen as though you can see, and that will help.
No, I'm moving my mouse across the screen in the same way, so I understand.
They have a little
For those
star
of you
tassels.
listening at home, move your mouse across the screen along the black piece of fabric.
They have little star tassels at the end, which I did not notice.
Oh, yeah.
And also, they kind of, like, the two-tailed nature of it is kind of like her actual outfit and little capelet, which is kind of nice.
Sure. One of them is blue and one of them is black, which I don't know how I feel about, but that's fine.
The black in general is good. Again, as an outfit, I am thinking about it too hard, and now it's freaking me out. Don't think about it, don't think about it, don't think about it, don't think about it, don't think about it.
Don't think about it.
Sludge. I wish I was looking in sludge right now.
I'm gonna say it. There are elements of this top that I like. I think this shield thing is sort of fun. I don't really get it, in part because her hand is directly in front of it. Yeah. But I think it's kind of neat. I'm not gonna say anything else about the top. I would rather look at this image than the Bond Up outfit.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Regrettably, this is a paid shop outfit.
Yeah.
Which means I would never have it. But, like, it does spark joy. If I had a choice between all three of the outfits and could pick anything, this would be it. Because it's interesting, and not as gross. Still a little gross.
Yeah. Mahjong Soul.
Nature of the beast.
This is such an episode. We ran into so many things at once in this episode.
It was a good episode for a bit. Remember those days? Also, this emote's, like, pretty good.
This emote's pretty good. She expresses an emotion.
I know!
It's funny.
Oh my god.
What?
So I'm just thinking about how much this is an emotion.
Yeah, it's like
I got really
emotion,
excited about it and also really angry.
It's like this is every part of this is conveying an emotion.
Yeah, she's got a facial expression, she's got a body position, she's got a background, she's got a ghost escaping her body. It's a funny thing because the whole I don't understand. Well, I was about to say I don't understand why they're all idols, but I do.
Sure.
I sort of understand why they're doing an idol thing. But there's no reason why it really has to be an idol thing. But I do think it's funny to do an idol thing and then have this emote that's like, man, I'm worn out from performing music. It's great.
Yeah. It works. Man, I'm worn out from performing Mahjong.
Man, I'm worn out from performing Mahjong. You gonna convert me into saying Mahjong? Stop being Canadian.
I kind of like until you said that, and I was like, "Is that how I said it? Wait, is that how I say it usually?" Mahjong. And now I'm being psyoped again.
We have hours of footage of us talking about Mahjong. Beyond even this podcast.
I'm just too easy to gaslight.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Brutal.
But they call me the truth statue, so I would never do that.
Wow, so honorable, so noble.
Also, it wasn't mentioned at all when we were talking about the outfit, but she's got a little crown thing on this ribbon on the side, and I have been staring at it the whole time, trying to sort of understand, and I think I just like it.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't make sense, but I like it.
It's got weird hoops going around her waist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's real weird.
It's weird.
God bless.
God bless. I think. It feels like a weird thing to say in this episode. God
bless is my filler phrase, and you should learn that at some point.
Your verbal emote.
Yeah, my verbal emote. If I was a Mahjong Soul character, I would have an emote that says God bless.
Okay. Closing thoughts about Miyu?
If they can't be responsible, they should stop putting 11-year-olds in Mahjong Soul.
Uh-huh.
This collab event is incomprehensible.
Uh-huh.
And, I think doing a collab event with a Magical Girl show is fun because this, medium naturally lends itself to transforming from one thing into another thing.
Mm-hmm. And normally what they do is they transform people into, like, from being disabled to being non-disabled, which is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Or they transform people from being nuns into being sex goddesses, which is good.
I literally did not even register. I'm looking at the character that you just talked about, and I've never seen her bond up. That is fucked.
We'll get there.
Okay, great.
I have so much to say on this person who we will get to in Don't Think About It.
Don't think about it, don't think about it, don't think about it, don't think about it.
Yeah, I so wish that they did a better job. I don't really care about Ilya as, like, a franchise.
I wish that they would
really
do a better job.
But I want them to do a good job just for the sake of producing reasonably good art.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is reasonable of me.
Yeah. This is, like, one of the few things where I'll go, like, man, I wish this didn't exist.
Yeah, I just, like, there's so... I love trashy art.
Mm-hmm.
So much.
I know.
And I love trashy art. I love trashy erotic art. It's just, you know, aside from the fact that it makes me feel very bad,
mm-hmm.
it just stops being fun.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I don't like that.
Yeah, see, it's fun. We're doing this podcast because it's fun to look at trashy art in this video game where part of the, you know, premise of it as a gacha is that they can turn any woman into a sex object. I think that's fun. And you can clip that and take it out of context.
And also it's Mahjong.
It's fun to, like, take that, you know, and talk about it and sort of enjoy how silly it all is, but also try and glean some value from it. It is no longer fun to have a video game that exists that can turn any woman into a sex object when the creep extends to every child.
When children are women, it's bad.
It's bad. If this game only had adults in it, it would be still trashy and pretty gross. that it is like that. But it would be... redeemable isn't the word I want to use. Possible to talk about it critically and still have fun with every part of it. This precludes that.
Yeah.
It's my thesis.
Yeah, and I also, like, somehow I thought that we would... Maybe this is weird to say, but I kind of thought that we would get here and it would feel a little bit more okay.
But then it didn't.
I thought we could get here and be like, this element of this art is garbage. And then we can still just kind of talk about the art. And that turned out to be much more difficult than I expected. I don't know if you share this opinion.
I do. It's hard to say,
I thought it would be okay. And, like, it was okay. But I thought that I thought that we could just sort of talk about it anyway. We kind of got there in the paid outfit. But the paid outfit was also different. Sort of built different.
I kept trying to go back to, like, this part of it is nice, this part of it is nice, you know, I like this. But then it was like, well, I feel like this piece of art has been created for the purpose of showing me the bit that's bad. And so the whole piece is tainted by the fact that they knowingly, intentionally included and emphasized it.
Yeah, and the difficult part of it is that, like, this is maybe one of the you know when like a friendship or a relationship or something goes really well for a long time, and then you have, like, your first big fight and it's the worst thing ever because you've had, like, no conflict forever. I think it was maybe kind of rough to just, like, get 3 I mean, Nanaha was kind of on the edge. But, like, it was kind of nice
19. Sorry.
It was kind of nice to get 3 things in which we could just... Sorry, and that's the opposite of my point. It was bad for us to get 3 things in which we could just, like, be in that mode, for a long time. And then suddenly be confronted by, like, an 11-year-old with boobs.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, it became my, like, default mode to look at a character and then look at her crotch and be like, it's funny that that they're doing fucked up stuff around her crotch. It's funny that they're trying to be sexy and kind of they're not very good at it. And it was I think one of the things that was hard is that it, like, broke our formula to some extent, to just not be able to, like, laugh at every part of the art.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Just from a, like, making a creative project together.
Yeah.
That is frustrating, but also just kind of interesting. It's weird how much our perception of things changes. Period. I couldn't think of a good end to that sentence.
I'm gonna... My closing thought is this. This character's voice lines are normal. Smiley face. Actually, that makes it sound like I'm not being genuine. They are, and I appreciate that. If there's nothing else about this character being in this video game that is sacred, it's that they didn't, like... Okay, well, she does at one point say, "You think I look good in a maid outfit? That's not surprising at all." But mostly... 90% regular and normal, and I genuinely appreciate that a lot.
This outfit made me, or this whole package made me want to watch the anime less.
Yeah. I do want to re-listen to our movie episode, though.
For a while, I was like, maybe I'll go check this out. And now I'm like, eh. Especially, like, the comparison screenshot, which you should probably, like, put on co-host.
Yeah, I will.
The comparison screenshot that you sent me, and how it's just like, oh, it's just the same thing.
It's just the same thing. Like, they didn't...
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Audio-only listeners who will never look at my co-host ever, it's the same. They didn't tone up the amount of skin shown in that Bond outfit whatsoever. That's what the outfit is. It really sucks.
Yeah. Do you want to hit this random button? See if that makes us feel better.
Well, I was gonna say, do we want to put this character on our cute, appealing Kinsey scale, but we don't have to.
Fuck. Yeah. No, we should probably do that. I don't think she's very appealing.
Appealing, 0. Because she has, like, her whole bit is that she can't do an expression. So even beyond what this whole podcast episode was just about, she's, like, incapable of being appealing. Cute. I want to say
2.
I wanted to say 2 or 3, so we can keep it at 2.
Okay.
Potential to be cute, but they fumbled the bag so bad.
Yeah.
Not just in what this entire podcast episode has been about, but her fucking emotes.
The default outfit is a little bit cute. The paid outfit, the idol outfit is a little bit cute.
Yeah.
None of the emotes are cute. The Bond Up outfit is... one of the emotes is cute. 2 of the emotes are cute. The Bond Up outfit, not cute. She's a 2.
Oh, they could have made her cute! I'm mad.
I'm not gonna give her a Kinsey scale number because she's 11.
Yeah.
It does... I mean, it's... Whatever. We don't have to get into it. 11-year-olds can have feelings. It also does say
4.
The bond between Ilya and Miyu has surpassed all barriers, and it's like their heart and soul are one.
4.
4. Sure.
Because...
I'll take that.
She's 11, but still kind of a homosexual.
Huh. This is solid reasoning.
She has room to grow.
She's...
That's it.
I don't know why I found that so funny. I'm
hilarious.
I'm kind of... You are. This
Thanks.
is true.
Oh, thanks. I can't believe you would say that unprompted about me.
Oh my god, have you talked to Ash recently? Oh my god, Ash is so funny. Oh my god, they're so funny and charming and smart. Oh, it's great.
I'm cute and appealing and like a 10 on the Kinsey scale.
You're that gay?
10 means something entirely different.
Oh. Wait, it does? What?
You're so easy to gaslight. It's really funny.
I hate you so much. I'm hitting this random button. I still haven't made a proper, like...
I think we never will. Maybe that's the bit.
From.
Okay, let's hit the... I want to hit the button.
I keep meaning to do it, and then I'm like, I'll just make Ash do it. And then I'm like, no, I'll do it. And then I'm like, no, I'll make Ash do it. And I can't decide whether I should do it or make you do it. And so it just doesn't get done.
Great.
I'm hitting this random button.
Yay! Woohoo!
Who's it gonna be? Oh, we're back, baby.
We're so back.
We're so back.
This podcast has been redeemed.
Good news. The podcast is not ending. Despite what you might have thought after that whole episode, we're not ending the podcast. At least not yet.
Okay, I'd like to know real quick before we end the podcast, what character coming up would have made you end the podcast?
Let me just hit the random button a few times.
Okay, great.
Find one. Oh my god! If we had skipped one random cycle, we would have definitely not this. I want to talk about this person.
Okay.
If we had skipped we skipped like 3 random, 1 or 3 random cycles, we would have been able to talk. I guess I won't spoil anything.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, it's all happening. Nope.
This is why we need to.
That's our first duplicate. No, not
Jesus,
him.
they really.
Okay, I'm gonna find a character. What character would have made me stop
I'm surprised
the podcast?
that character. No, that character you would have kept going.
Her?
Yeah,
I like her more.
that's fair. That's so fair.
I think what would have made me stop the podcast? Honestly, it might. Oh, where is she? I can never identify. They all blur together at some point. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. Where is she?
Where is she?
This is great audio. No one knows what's happening.
Where is she?
I think if we got her, I might have stopped the podcast.
Wow.
That's just too much. 2 in a row.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
It's too much.
I was just looking at that earlier. Yeah.
I guess some of these are okay. This one's not okay. It would be too much 2 in a row. But thankfully we're so back.
We're so back, guys. You've no idea.
Go follow us on co-host at soul-mates.podcast. I'm losing my mind.
You got it. You did it.
You can also support the show at Ivy Fox Art on Ko-Fi. That's just my Ko-Fi, but I pay for all this shit, so it supports us.
Please make it so that we will have enough credit on Libsyn to keep doing episodes that are way too long.
The more money you give me, the longer the episodes can be.
How much do you want to hear?
Can I provide? Great. Bye.
Bye!
次はもっと素早く勝つ。